Y'all, WrestleMania season is upon us, and I've been seeing a lot of booking videos on the internet, and I'm like, you know what? Let me hop on the trend and show them how it's done real quick. So, this is how I would book WrestleMania 39. This is how I would start off WrestleMania Night 1 with a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. It'll be Gunther defending his title against Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, Ricochet, and L.A. Knight. Yeah! Now, as much as I want Brock versus Gunther, I feel like that match can wait. Like, I feel like we can do that match at SummerSlam, but like, there's more people on the card, on like SmackDown, that I feel like should be on the card, and I feel like this is the only way we can really put them in there. Like Braun, Ricochet, L.A. Knight, I really like them on, and especially L.A. Knight. Like, I really need that man on the card. Gunther has made history throughout his title run. He's made the Intercontinental Championship definitely 10 times more prestigious than it was when Vince McMahon was running the show. I feel like he could put on a hell of a match against all of them, and he also has history with everyone in the match besides L.A. Knight. And honestly, I would give the match to L.A. Knight. Yeah! You know, he had that program with Bray Wyatt that didn't end the way that I would have wanted it. Like, I honestly would have wanted L.A. Knight to win more than anything. But, you know, shit happens. But that man is the best talker on the mic. He can put on a good match. So, honestly, I feel like he deserves it. He can hold the championship for a couple months. He can lose it to Sheamus. Like, that's who I would have become the champion after it. So, like, we can have a program with him and Sheamus going back and forth. But for right now, let L.A. Knight have his moment at WrestleMania. He deserves it. Yeah, the next match is very weird. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's going to be Damage Control versus Becky, Ronda, and Shayna. Yeah, so I lied. After Lita returned on Monday Night Raw, just give me Becky, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control. And we'll give Team Becky the win because fuck Ronda. Yeah. Next match, I need Seth Rollins versus Mr. Logan Paul. Now, after Logan eliminated Seth, they've been building up a little bit of like they've been building up the feud a little bit here and there. So, like, you know, I feel like the match would be a solid match, honestly. Like, you know, the match Logan Paul can do after we saw with Roman Reigns, and you know Seth Rollins never misses. So, like, them two together, they can make some magic. We can boo Logan Paul out of the ring. He'll be the heel of the match. Seth Rollins is still be a good guy. We'll like. Don't even know if he's a good guy right now. So, like, having them two collide, though, you can help Seth Rollins out as a babyface. You can help Logan Paul out as a heel. But still, I want Seth Rollins to win that match because Seth fucking Rollins. Come on. The next match I would have is for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I would have the Street Profits versus the Hurt Business versus the Club versus Alpha Academy. And leading up to this match, I want the Street Profits to beat the Usos for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And I'll explain how they lose it later in the video, and you guys probably could tell who they're going to face. But we'll get there. But you can have all these tag teams come along. You can have the Hurt Business reunite. Like, this is around the time, like, well, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, they're already on the same page. So it makes sense. The Club, you know, they haven't done much. But, like, I feel like they can do some with the tag team division because, like, they're still a great tag team. And Alpha Academy, entertaining as hell. Like, I love them. Chad Gable's a goated wrestler. Otis is Otis, and he's phenomenal. And the Street Profits, they need some championship gold, honestly. Like, it's been a while since I've seen them without it. So let's give them the championship, and let's let them win the match. Honestly, they'll have their little WrestleMania moment. And it'll be good. You know, then you could also lead up to more programs down the line. So that's what I want, honestly. And the next match, I would have the dream match of Mr. Austin Theory versus John Cena. Now, if the rumors are true of like John Cena coming back to WWE, I would be happy with that. Like, honestly, like, if we get a little John versus Austin Theory match, I am all for it. You know, Austin Theory is definitely on the come up, and John Cena, you know, he's the man. You know, Austin Theory has to go over unless John Cena decides to stay past his visit. You know, if he doesn't just do a little WrestleMania cameo and like stays until like SummerSlam, hell, then maybe you can even have Cena win. But like, if not, most likely he's not, though, I would give the match to Austin Theory and have him have that win. Next, and the main event for night one will be Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. After winning the Rumble, I thought she was going to go for Bianca. Like, it would have been a solid match. But, like, hell, we're just going to have to wait for that match, apparently. But the match for Charlotte, it makes sense for storyline-wise. And I'm not mad, honestly. Like, that, but when I first was thinking about doing this, that's the match I would have had. And I would have had Bianca for another match, but it didn't go down the way I thought it was going to. But we got Charlotte versus Rhea. I'm not going to be mad at that. And honestly, we got to give Rhea the gold. Like, her as a heel, that will elevate the Judgment Day. And in WrestleMania, the other matches I have for Judgment Day in this booking, it's really going to elevate them as a team. They're going to be like a huge threat. They're going to be something else to deal with. But we got to give the match to Rhea. And that will conclude night 1. And we're starting off night 2 with the match that I talked about earlier. Mr. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Uso. But the way I would book this is after Sami betrayed, the bloodline at the Royal Rumble, Jay is conflicted about if he wants to be in the bloodline or not. And it eventually cost him the Raw Tag Team Championships because, like, he's so messed up in the head. And then it's going to be this whole thing where you think, oh, Jay is not going to be a part of the bloodline anymore until we get to the Elimination Chamber. And then when Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns had that championship match, Jay Uso comes back, turns on Sami. He shows his loyalty to the bloodline. And then they're still attacking Sami on a weekly basis until Kevin Owens returns, help out his old friend, and they challenge the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. And honestly, give the belts to them. They deserve it, With the storyline that Sami Zayn has had for over the past year, that man deserves a WrestleMania moment. I honestly wanted him to face Roman at WrestleMania. Hell, if the fans turn on Cody or do some shit like they did for Daniel Bryan, might make it a triple threat for the man. I don't know, but Sami deserves something big for WrestleMania. So let's give him that WrestleMania moment with him and his best friend beat the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships to open up night 2. Like, come on. The next match I would have after that would be Bray Wyatt versus Karrion Kross. Now, Bray Wyatt's the number 1 babyface on SmackDown, so it would make sense to put him up against a heel. And honestly, Karrion Kross, I feel like they can put on some good promos against each other, and they can honestly put on a good match. And eventually can even lead up to Bray and Alexa versus Karrion and Scarlett. And I feel like that'll be money. Like, people will be looking forward to that. I don't want the Karrion Kross we got now to face Bray Wyatt. I want that bald head to come back and fuck up Bray Wyatt. Like, let's make Karrion Kross a threat in 2023, all right? And in this match, we'll give it to Karrion, but it's going to set up for the future matches like I was just talking about with the mixed tag team matches with Alexa and Scarlett involved in the mix. So let's just do that. And the next match I would have after that is Miss Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Asuka just came back as her crazy ass character from Japan. And honestly, let's just have her turn heel and face Bianca Belair for that damn championship. No hate to Bianca. I love Bianca. Like, she's one of my favorite women's wrestlers currently, like, period. But I feel like it's time for a change in the women's division. We'll have Rhea on SmackDown, defending the belt on SmackDown. I would honestly have the draft after WrestleMania and put the whole Judgment Day on SmackDown because, like, they're a solid unit. Like, come on, like, you can't fuck with them. But Asuka, Bianca, let's do it. But Asuka is realistically the last threat like Bianca Belair has on Raw. So, let's do something with it. Let's give Asuka the belt. It's been a while since we've seen it. After that, we would have Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Now, the story that these two had only leads to greatness at WrestleMania, honestly. Bobby beat Brock Lesnar at the 2022 Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship. Then Brock won his title back from Bobby Lashley in the Elimination Chamber, but he didn't pin Bobby. Bobby got injured, so we couldn't get nothing. Fast forward, Brock Lesnar beat Bobby Lashley with the most devastating move in all sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up. You fast forward to a Royal Rumble where Brock Lesnar's eliminated by Bobby Lashley. And it's just they're tied right now, 2-2 apiece right now. Let's end this at WrestleMania in a no disqualification match. And honestly, it could go both ways. I think Brock Lesnar needs the win as well, but at the same time, I feel like Bobby needs the win as well. Because like Bobby is an active member on the roster, and I feel like that'll help him with like his Hurt Business role, you know, because that'll be great. Like Brock Lesnar, he hasn't like really been the beast like he once was before. Like he's still the beast, but like he lost to Roman. He had the surprise roll up with Bobby. Like it's like he's not the same. So like either way you can go, for me, honestly, it's the dream match we've been wanting for years. So like let's just either way I'll be all right with. No question. All right, next match I would have is Edge versus Finn Balor in Hell in a Cell. It was rumored for the Royal Rumble, and it didn't happen. So like what I think is gonna happen is at Elimination Chamber, we're gonna get the mixed tag team match with Finn and Rhea versus Edge and Beth Phoenix, and then that will lead to the Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. And if we get Finn Balor back as the Demon, he's got to get the win. Like, there's no question. Hell, even without him having the Demon, he has to get the win. There's no question. Edge they said he was probably going to retire. He said he was going to probably retire this year in Toronto as well. So, like, he don't really need the win. It'll help build up Judgment Day even bigger than what they are. Like, you have Rhea win the damn women's title on the night before. And then you have Finn Balor beat Edge in Hell in a Cell. And there's still one more match that I have up in store for your Judgment Day, which is Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. And I would have this match go second to last before the main event, because I feel like it would be, I don't want to say it, but I feel like I would have this be Rey Mysterio's retirement match. Honestly, we don't know how much longer Rey Mysterio is going to be wrestling. This is his last show on his contract. And he might honestly go to like independent promotions if he still feel like he got more in the tank. But honestly, I feel like it'll make the most sense to have Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio in this last match. And then at the end of the match, you can even have Rey Mysterio give him the mask, like, you know, signifying that this is it. It'll be a sad way. Like, everyone will be in tears. No one would know. It'll be an emotional last roller coaster for that last match. So honestly, I feel like that'll be the best way to, you know, have it before the main event. It'll give Rey, you know, up. It'll even put Rey more up on the card. He haven't been having like too much of a crazy year, it does. So like, let's put some respect on the Ghost's name. Come on. But the main event, no surprise, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Cody just has to win. There's no question about it. All right. Cody has been he had the hell of a comeback story. Had the Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins. Came back, won the Rumble. And now it's just like, if he doesn't win, like, it's time for Roman to lose it. Like, it's honestly time for Roman Reigns to lose that championship. And this is the way I feel like it needs to happen. It needs to be against Cody Rhodes. Of course, you know, those two are the men. Like I would have him lose the belt too. But, you know, if nothing happens between now and WrestleMania where Sami Zayn's entered in the title picture, then that's what I would honestly do. You know, there's so much shit that could happen from now until then. But I honestly feel like this is what's going to be our WrestleMania card. And if I'm right, give myself a pat on the back, because, like, goated. Like, this is a goat. This is a goated WrestleMania list, in my opinion. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want to see more fantasy bookings before the next pay-per-views or anything. And I will make sure I will try to do that, because I love doing videos like this. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you guys want to see any other types of wrestling videos in the comment section below. And I'll see y'all next time. Holla at your boy. Peace.